Honestly.
Hey, well, you guys were talking about this person. I know nothing about Anthony Edwards. I don't even know what's going on. But who is that, and why is he being compared to
Oh, you
Nick
don't
Cannon?
know basketball?
Girl.
I don't know nothing about that.
This ain't even about basketball.
Oh, it's not?
I mean, yeah, for real. Okay.
Nope, clean slate here. I have no idea who that is. What's going on?
Anthony, okay, let me just tell you this because it's way too much for us to be able to talk about because we got to go to break soon. Anthony Edwards is probably one of the newest stars in the National Basketball Association League.
He's one of the smartest people in the league.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay,
Smart?
wait.
Yeah, for what he did.
There's a debate going on about what he did, but basically he is very I can't say Sean Kemp. He's very right, but he was the person who had the most babies in the NBA.
Oh my
By the
God.
time Anthony Edwards has a career like Kemp had, he's gonna have the most babies in the NBA. He's very Nick Cannon.
Why?
He out
What
here
are we
super
doing?
soaking in every hallway he can find.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Ew.
And so, yeah. I mean, yeah, he either going to have an MVP or he going to have an STD.
Okay.
Because he's outside. Just be clear. Okay, so anybody out there who doesn't follow basketball, Anthony Edwards is one of them ones. He's a young star. He's been in the league like 2 years. He's dunking on everybody. He's like being considered like a Jordanist kind of guy.
Wow.
He's going to be one of the ones to carry the league. But what he's carrying right now is a bunch of paternity cases.
How much is a bunch?
Well, he's
got four children with 4 different women.
Yeah, he's out here.
Okay, but wait, is it like, spread apart, or is it like?
Oh no,
Some
three
of
of
them
them.
very
Three
close.
of them he had like in the last year.
Oh my!
Three kids from 3 different women in the last year.
So right now he's actually in the everything because instead of paying child support like monthly.
Yeah.
Wait, no. But you jump in the shark. You jump in the shark. Okay, so he basically got somebody pregnant.
Again?
Okay, and the woman is not clean.
What do you mean she's not
Like she did something dirty. Before we tell you what sin he did, she basically was like, "Hey." I got the text right here. I'll read it.
You talk about Aisha Howard, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna read her
You mean
text
her
to you,
past
Meredith.
or what she did
No,
to
no,
him?
no, because she tried him in a major way. But okay, so Meredith, this is what their text was. All right, their text back and forth says, "We both may have intended differently, but being childish and running from it won't make this go away. I'm pregnant. Wanted to tell you in person, but you gave me no other choice. We probably should have kept it cordial, but we're here now." He wrote, "Okay, LOL." And then he wrote,
Wow.
City Boys Up.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
then he wrote, "Get that abortion, LOL." And then she wrote back, "I don't need hush money. My intentions aren't to blackmail you in any way. I'm being upfront and honest. I'm not getting an abortion. It's not an option. I can keep you updated through the process, or I can disappear until the baby is here. It's on you. Either way, I'm done going back and forward because you still think it's a joke." And he wrote, "Oh my God, laugh emoji, bye." And she said, "Not bye, see you later." So afterwards, she then filed for paternity, but she moved from Georgia to California.
She has family out there?
No.
She's trying to get more money.
She went out there to file in California because in California, it is more egregious towards the payment. Like it's basically you get taxed.
Okay.
So he fought that, and then the judge was like, "Hey, you can't move out here to be doing this. Go and take your ass back to Georgia." So she went back to Georgia.
Wow, she tried.
And then his bad part that everybody
It's
is
not
talking
bad.
about, as
not
far
bad.
as the pop culture is, because he told the judge specifically, according to the documents obtained by Us Weekly, on Monday, April 7th, Edwards told Georgia Superior Court that he has consented to Howard receiving temporary sole physical and legal custody of the 6-month-old daughter, Aubrey Summers, who was born on October 2024. In Touch was the first to break this news. However, he has also stated that after a DNA test, he has admitted that he is the paternal father, and he is asking the Georgia court hearing to establish his child support allegations because he wants to pay them all up front.
Okay, I like
He
a
basically
lump sum.
wants to give a lump, and he wants to disavow any contact. He's like, I don't want this baby. I don't want anything to do with this baby. I told you that I didn't want anything to do with this baby. So you're having it. So guess what? Tell me the number, multiply it times 18. I'm going to send you this lump sum payment, and then I don't want to hear nothing else about it no more.
Wow.
So he paid up front. He paid his child support up front, so she can't ask for anything anymore.
It sounds so heartless, but I'm not supporting him at all. But he did say this is what he was going to do.
Right.
He
And
wanted
so
nothing to
women
do
are
with
mad,
it. Wow.
but then men are defending it, saying, wait, my body, my choice means that you get to do what you feel is right because it's your body, your choice.
Right.
But it's
If you make that decision.
But it's my money.
Right.
So my payday.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to give it to you, and then I get to walk away and go back to my other
Yeah,
baby mamas.
I can't imagine knowing I have a child out there, and just not being involved at all and choosing.
You're involved just with a payment.
I could see why people,
One time.
I could see why women, and not just women, I could see why people could be mad at this, but this is a very smart move by him. Like, you can't deny that.
I feel differently just because I'm a dad. I get it. And guys out there who got it, paying one and not and I don't know if it factors in, but she has a previous child with a little baby.
Oh, so she had a little bit of a track record here.
I mean,
just a little bit of blood.
She kind of can pick them.
Okay.
So
all right.
His first baby is with this woman.
So she has, good taste.
Yeah, because she told the court, I am unemployed. I don't have money.
Wow.
And I need this to be rectified because I'm destitute right now.
If I play in the lottery and I win, I would pick the lump sum. I like that. That way I could invest in a house and then potentially get a job.
Christina
and all that
just said you're missing the part where he paid $100K for the abortion prior to those texts.
So he paid her.
He paid her to get one, and she kept the money. That's what I saw that on a couple reports, but I didn't see that in the Us Weekly.
That's dirty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All
right, listen, y'all. We're going to take a break because we got people are texting right now. So we're gonna continue this conversation because if a guy tells you, does a guy have the right? I guess is the question. Do you see how many people are writing saying I'm a woman and I'm siding with him?
Yes, I do. Out of the 919 that says, I'm listening to you right now on the iHeartRadio app. These women have to stop hating on him about paying child support that he didn't want to even have a child with. At least he is supporting the kid. I would have been fine with that if my son's fathers did that. I have raised 3 boys from 3 different dads with hardly any support. I would take a lump sum to raise my boys and be like, bye, thanks for this wonderful child.
Out of the 813, I'm a woman and I'm kind of on his side. Told her no at one point. And when do men get rights or say like we do? That was her choice. He gets off the hook. Let her figure it out.
Is that her choice though?
Well, if they're saying what happened, like if he paid $100,000 for her to get,
go before that. Go before the $100,000.
Okay.
Let's go back further.
In bed.
All right.
When you're in bed.
All right.
And you make a decision to boogie on down that hallway. Mm-hmm. You want to go out in the rain with no raincoat, no galoshes.
Right.
You made a decision. And now I get it. Trust me, I get it. But you made a decision, and so in the courts, they got to look at that part and say, yo, dude, if you didn't want to have it, because that ain't the conversation you have after. Like this person just says, just goes to show how men need the birth control. Women can only have 1 child per year.
Yeah.
Men can have multiple. That is from Brittany and Palmetto.
Yeah, I don't think it's sad for me to say this, and I can't believe it, but I don't. He was upfront honest about his feelings and that he didn't want a kid this entire time. He tried to make sure that he didn't. He even allegedly paid for that to not even happen. She didn't even give the money back. She lied to him. She tried to move to California to get more money out of him, and he's just going to pay one big lump sum. It is heartbreaking for the kid, though. That's going to take a toll on him or her, but hopefully she'll find another baby.
But dude, $100K. that don't cost that much.
No.
No, that was quiet money.
That was quiet.
That was
money.
quiet money.
It
But I
was.
will tell you, I learned that apparently there is a rich way you can have something like that eliminated, because there's a few very rich people that I know who have had it cost more because they had it at their house, not at a place where they could be seen.
Okay.
So they have the doctor and all the setup come to their mansion.
Interesting.
And have the girl recuperate in that guest wing and do it that way. And I bet you that probably is where that extra paper comes in, where you stay out of the papers.
And then you sign paperwork to make sure you don't tell anybody, and then maybe there's an extra
NDA
check at
or
the
something.
end.
All right, this side of the 727, I'm a female, mother, and a nurse. I hate that women get to decide if they want to keep the baby or not, and men have to have no say but still have to pay.
He's got to grow up, though, at some point. I mean, how many more times are you going to do this? It's almost $2 million per kid. I do love the lump sum, though. Like, if this situation were to happen to me, I would absolutely love a lump sum instead of you just paying me a stipend.
You ain't got no daddy.
Don't worry about that. I'll find a real good baby daddy, or just dad in the future.
Will you find no?
For
Because if
me
you talk about her,
personally,
she
yes.
found little baby and she found Anthony Edwards.
Well-
So she might not find a good daddy.
Well, and she obviously,
She ain't shopping in a good place.
and she doesn't have a job. She don't want to work. Like, this is her job.
The problem is there's like women out there that are dealing with this that do need the money and like having problems and doing all this stuff. And he paid to get rid of it, paid to take care of it, and so that he doesn't even have to. And I mean, technically, he doesn't even have to do that, but he's doing it. I think eventually he'll come around and try to be in the baby's life. But
Maybe.
I think so. I don't think he's
He
gonna.
might keep
I ain't
to
gonna
his
get,
word
bro. He
to prove a
was
point.
fighting a paternity case when he got this girl pregnant.
Right.
I don't think he's gonna have an epiphany and just be like, you know what, I've been wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's living life now. He's young and rich.
Yeah.
And
Successful.
he's gonna grow up, but his money is also gonna grow up. He's gonna get Supermax.
But
At
there's.
some point, Hat 40 is gonna turn to 120.
Can we give him credit just for a second? There's plenty of deadbeat moms and dads out there who even refuse to pay. Even though they've taken them to court, they won't even send a check. So at least he's, offering up that.
So we're taking your calls and texts, so fire them up, because this conversation is including a lot of women with a lot of different conversations. It says, what is so crazy is women can trick men and get pregnant, and men have to be responsible or take responsibility. Yet men don't play that game. Men can't get pregnant. Men can't purposely get you pregnant without knowing the science behind it. There are such terrible games to play to bring children into this world for a paycheck and to grow up without a dad. That is so selfish.
Yeah, it can be detrimental to the child.
So, I mean, I don't understand. You can't blame one without blaming the other. Both of us laid down. Both of us got down here to do it.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
But at least
Like,
he was honest about every single thing. She's been trying to be sneaky.
it is so hard to look at him as the hero in this, though.
He's
He
not a
was
hero.
so honest. It's like, man, this dude is just out here.
Yeah.
He's just giving it to everybody.
So, I mean, I'm not sure how true these backstories are, but now they're like, people are putting in more stuff. They're saying the implication is that he only wanted to mess around with her. He had a girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing, and he also knew what he was doing.
But still, if there's no glove,
Yeah. I mean, you
That's
don't know
true.
what's going to happen in the future.
That is very
Tony or Tiny just texted in and said, "This is why I'm gay."
now that's funny.
Thanks, Tiny.
Wow. Okay, we got your calls and texts up. Who you riding with? You riding with Anthony Edwards or Aisha?
Howard.
All right, we got text coming in. A13 says a lump sum benefits him. If he was paying monthly, she could always take him back to court for more money.
I get
That's
that.
why I say he was smart about that.
I just see it as a benefit for me financially. Out of the 813, it says, my husband's ex-wife got him to have a second child and then gave him divorce papers after that. She was trying to set herself up for child support, but it did backfire and karma got her ass. Now he has the kids and is raising them because she's a deadbeat mom.
Somebody out of the 813 says, I got 2 checks for 55 cents each in 18 years of child support payments.
How are you going to write a check for 55 cents?
I don't know.
You
but
deserve a kick in the
I'm pretty
face.
sure you punching the roof of your car with this conversation.
Yeah.
She got 1.8.
I got another one out of 941. It says, but doesn't the glove go both ways? If he did it, she could have told him to put one on. Ain't happening. So in the end, she knew just as well.
Yeah, she wanted it, but I'm talking about from him. If you know you don't want another kid,
Right.
and you know the way that you can keep that from happening is to cover up,
Right.
even though it sucks.
Yeah.
But
We weren't in the room though. Who's to say he didn't put one on? And
man, he ain't put, bruh.
Come on.
Because he was in a paternity
He has, like,
case
4
when he
kids.
did this.
Yeah.
And we know he did.
Y'all
All right,
need
wait.
birth control.
We got Melvin on the line. Melvin, what you got for me?
Hey, man, listen.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
They need to stop. Okay, we not married. You make what you make, I make what we make. You decide to lay down, you know your body better than mine. So number one, you shouldn't even be outside if you know it's a possibility. So we taking the both same risk. So we both let it happen. So no, it don't come on the man more.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to decide if you keep it or not. We had the conversation. It happened. We had a conversation. I said, well, I don't want it. You say you're going to have it anyway. And in this case, she agreed because she took the money.
Mm-hmm.
Then she changed up. Now, you think I'm supposed to pay you and change your whole lifestyle just because you had a baby by me?
Well, I get what you're saying, but
You're
if
the
the baby,
millionaire.
if you're the person who did it and the baby is now going to live, even if it's living away from you, then you have to pay for that baby to be able to exist because you created it.
Oh, okay. Then let's look at it this way. Then we're gonna do it this way. Then they get whatever SNAP benefits at whatever level that the government gonna give it to them, not what I'm making,
Mm-hmm.
because you wasn't in the first place.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, it's like we sitting now when we keep on talking about taking care of the child. It do not cost that much to take care of no child.
For 18 years, I got to tell you, it's kind of close.
Orlando
It's kind of
pays.
close. It is kind of close, dog. I mean, I get what you're saying, but bruh, it is close. Because I mean, these kids expensive as hell.
They
All right,
really
let's
are.
see. Jennifer is on the phone.
I'm so tired of these women using little human beings as a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
she wrong. She's wrong for that because she wrong too because both of them knew what they was doing when
Right.
they laid down together. But she wrong because she took advantage of the situation. She knew what she was doing. Now, morally, he wrong because that's still a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
And that baby's going to grow up, got no fault coming into this world. Now he's going to grow up without a dad. We don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day. Like maybe in the future he'll get involved or whatever when his conscience kick in, but we don't know. Financially, he was right. He did what he had to do. He got in, he paid, whatever. But they both wrong, but she worse.
Very much so. I appreciate it, Jennifer. Thank you. And I will say this, there's a wave of older, fine women
yeah.
that are out there finding the young NBA players that they could
Immature.
they could put that hammer down on them and then fix them a good sandwich.
Yeah.
And they feel like they in love, and the dude is 24 and she is 38, whatever, and bow.
Like the whole situation sounds like a setup.
It is.
Like the fact
But
that
you
she
can't
tried
to protect him on a setup.
I know, for her to leave to go to California to try to get more money,
Dirty.
for her to take the $100K and
Dirty.
lie to him about the whole thing.
Well, it's everything all inclusive. I don't hate her for trying to get more money if she didn't have a history of this kind of stuff. If that was just like a one and done and she wanted to make sure her baby was taken care of, you may hate me for saying this, but it's true. But because the $100,000, because of the move to Cali, because she doesn't have a job, and then her past with the other baby, I'm kind of like, so this is your life goal. This is how you are going to make money.
He said she does have a job. She works at Magic City, where they make a lot of good money
she
at
does
Magic
work.
City.
You know about Magic City.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Magic City.
Okay, so she works. I didn't know that she works. So
But
there's at
she's
least something.
saying, I'm unemployed. I don't have that work. That is not what I'm doing. But so there's fighting back and forth there. All right, wait, let's see. We got line three, JJ and Manatee. What up?
What's up, big old?
Hey, man, listen. Anthony Edwards out here changing the game. What we thinking?
So look, when I've had full custody of my son since he was 2 weeks old. I've had the same thing happen. The only difference is I put a rubber on, but she was poking holes in him, and she admitted it in court.
She said,
Poking.
Okay, poking holes. All right, got you.
Poking holes in him.
Yeah.
So $40,000 later, 16 years ago, in the state of Florida, I was the seventh person in the state of Florida, man-wise, to have full custody of his kid, because it's not for. They always go in the mother's favor.
Right.
Okay. So I got to put it this way. They both messed up, okay? They both know what they're doing. It takes two to tango in the sheets, like I tell my kids. You tango in the sheet, I'm not raising your kid. I already raised mine. I raised my grandkid.
Yeah.
Okay? It takes two to tango. He did a smart thing. She only wanted money, so she realized in 3 or 4 months down the road she can take him back to court and it's going to triple because, he makes millions. So he did the right thing. He paid the whole lump sum up front. Here you go. We played in the sheets. This is what you want. Here you go. Don't spend it all in one place. She's mad, and so is all the other women that are protecting this woman. They're mad because we got them at their own game. That's all it is. The kids like insurance to these women. I give you booty in the bed, and you give me a baby, and then I take your money for 18 years.
Yeah.
That's just how the world is.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's definitely changing the game because I'm pretty sure every athlete that's out there outside
Everyone's
is watching
now.
this.
They
Everybody's
done
looking.
changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just made the new generation just to watch. It's going to be a baby boom with millions going in every direction, which is messed up because the kids didn't ask for that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like the way she is with this kid and the way she's acting, that kid's life's ruined already.
Yeah.
That kid already has a target on his head because of all the social media. That's the bad thing about social media is that you ain't just ruining their lives, you're ruining the kids' lives.
No, it's very true. I appreciate that, brother. I mean, and congratulations on getting custody of your child because that's a big some
deal.
fathers should stand up.
Mm-hmm.
A kid isn't doomed to have a terrible life. We've talked to all kind of people, Titus, and people who have had their lives start with really, really inhumane circumstances,
sure,
and then grow to be incredible people and really staunch citizens. So I'm not going to put that on the baby saying that he's doomed or the daughter is doomed, but ladies are out here and they've been winning.
Yeah.
Like the only reason we've been cheering for guys is because just for some balance.
Because of this situation.
But
like this.
I can't cheer for either one of them in this certain circumstance because he messy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll learn from it and mature.
Is he gonna learn from it?
I hope so.
Because his money gonna keep going up, and he just gonna be like, "I got it." Tariq Hill, the same kind of way. He out there spreading seeds like he a farmer.
Listen, he already got 4 kids right now, and I'm gonna go with this text out of the 813. Y'all missing the biggest point. If this man really don't want kids, then he needs to get a vasectomy. That way, you don't have to glove
Some
up.
guys aren't
Why
about
not?
that life.
Yeah, and that I mean, of course that'll fix this problem, but I mean, disease is still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just be out there just like now you can't make kids. Now you just feel like you got a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Like that man, the force gonna get you.
Y'all
No,
need
you're right.
birth control is what it comes down to. For real. I think guys.
Why can't she?
But honestly,
I understand that, but
single
but
Meredith,
protecting yourself.
single Meredith in them streets.
Mm-hmm.
You meet a football player that's like, hey, I got that birth control, so don't worry about it. Are you still gonna feel comfortable now?
No, I would be on birth control myself.
Okay.
I'm
But-
just saying.
but you
I
see-
take care of me.
But even if we don't trust the guys if they say it, because ain't no woman gonna trust that you got it. But if you do,
That's sad.
if you do have it,
Yeah.
you still run the risk of disease and any of the other stuff. Because if he's doing that with you, he did just like this guy
Yeah.
did it last month with somebody else,
Right.
And somebody else, and not everybody is clean.
I wonder what his end number is going to be. He's at 4 kids now. Is it going to be like 10 or 12 like Nick Cannon?
I know Sean Kemp had. I gotta Google him because it was a number that was so big that he was like the leader in the NBA.
Sean Kemp?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Sean Kemp used to play for the Seattle Supersonics, who ain't even a team no more.
Okay.
Wait, he fathered 7. Yeah, 7 kids
That's
with
a
6
lot.
different women.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
lot.
that's crazy.
He was traveling.
But there's even more out there. I think Nick Cannon has a 12.
13.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Double that.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
But he's still involved though.
He is with every single kid as much as he can. I mean, how much of a father can you be when you have 13?
More than Anthony
All
Edwards.
the same.
Yeah. So, all right, listen, everybody out there, be safe.
Does this make you nervous though?
I tell you, my big shout out to my man Dante. Dante hit me and was like, "Bro, you got to get that frozen peas thing."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "You got to get it," and he's like, "How do you not?"
Frozen peas?
Yeah, the vasectomy, the Vic V.
Oh.
He's like, "Bro, I did it." I'm like, "When?" He's like, "Bro, it's right after my son was born."
Mm.
And I was like, "I didn't know that." He's like, "Cause I didn't tell nobody." He's like, "But I'm telling you now, you better get it."
Yeah.
And
But there's people out there like me that are afraid to get it because I don't want anything to happen where I can't have kids ever.
They can reverse it.
They can, but there's also the possibility that you can't.
Well, you're not supposed to get it like maybe at your timeline. For Orlando's situation,
Me and my
it's his
situation.
time.
Yeah, pretty much.
When I hear surgery by that area,
bro, that's what I'm saying.
It's
I'm like, yo, I just
outpatient.
need to keep everything that God gave me.
Outpatient, you'll be good. Get 3 days. with some peace.
They say you can go home like that night.
Right, it's outpatient.
Nah,
Bye.
see, keep me. I need to stay in the hospital a couple days.
If you want more, and I know you do, make sure you hit like and hit subscribe right below.